I'm guided by spirit. Are you guided by spirit? If you want to honor the land, connect with your ancestors, witness the gods, and save Midgard, you're in the right place. If it's your first time here, consider subscribing. Hey there, you beautiful heathen. I'm Matt Sargent. Welcome to Iowa's Initiations. Today we're going to be talking about living a life guided by spirit, the gods, your ancestors, etc. And we're also going to talk about how you can verify whether or not you are being guided by these spirits. And we're also going to bring up the taboo subject of UPG. Since a young age, as long as I can remember, I've had kind of prophetic dreams that stuck with me, and anywhere from 6 months to 15 years later, I'd find myself basically reliving what I had dreamt. Has that ever happened to you? A very notable one about a year and a half ago, I had a dream about a kid I went to middle school with, or elementary school and middle school with, a kid I haven't seen since middle school. And a month later, I was interviewing for a job in a place that the county was the same last name as his. And it was then that it dawned on me that something was trying to communicate it to me, that I needed to go to this county, but was lacking the language to communicate that to me effectively. So they placed this person in my dream. But I knew the instant I was at this interview and saw the county name was the same last name as his, oh, this is a place I'm supposed to be. And that's how, in my opinion, and this may be UPG, but it's what other Vickies and Vulvas I've talked to, Valerie Wright talks about it in one of her books, I can't remember which one, being entrenched in the lore and using the runes and knowing the runes opens up a channel of communication with spirit. Things that enhance your ability to communicate with spirit are meditation. And if you watch this video about meditation in Uttasita, you'll see why I think meditation is a great way to learn how to communicate with spirit, because meditation simply is learning how your mind works, learning to be in your body, learning to be centered. And that way, when the Landvatir or a god or your ancestors reach out to you, you're able to very clearly say, that is a voice that is not from within my head. It may take a little bit longer, depending on your abilities, to discern who is giving you that message. But meditation is a very key part to having clear communication with spirit, as is learning the lore, learning the runes. Do you use the runes? If so, let me know which Futhark you use in the comments. And if you want to learn more about the runes, leave a note in the comments as well. Personally, I spend a lot of time meditating, and I try and do a full night-long Uttasita at least once a month, if not on the full moon and half moon. And I try and keep communication with the other realms, spirit, my ancestors, open. After I meditate, I leave myself 5 to 10 minutes to see if anything pops in. I do rune draws occasionally for myself, although I have found that for myself, when I'm really puzzled about something or seeking knowledge, I prefer fire scrying, which you can learn about here, or practicing my Uttasita as an initiated Vicki by not only the spirits, but my mentors, my human mentors, who have validated what I've said and had very similar experiences, which makes me question the UPG. Is it UPG if 2 people experience the same thing, 3 people? How many people does it take for it to not be UPG? If you have thoughts on that, leave a note in the comments. But my life is guided by spirit. The whole reason I started this channel, Iowa's Initiations, was a vision that came to me during an Uttasita, saying to gather the heathens and really take care of the earth, save Midgard, make it a better place, and become honorable ancestors ourselves. Do good in the world now, so our descendants have a good world to inherit from us. Hopefully that's why you're here. Hopefully you're into that. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing, because that's what this channel is all about. Honoring the land, connecting with your ancestors, witnessing the gods, and saving Midgard. So if you're into that, write Save Midgard in the comments. Now on to UPG. UPG is a term that we see bashed in the forums a lot. A lot of people put people down for the UPG. All of the lore at one point was UPG, but then enough people had the same experiences that they decided that it wasn't UPG. At least that's the best of my interpretations. But my big thing is, when you experience something, if it is UPG, let people know what it is, that it's UPG, that you didn't read it in the lore. I feel like I do a pretty good job of that on this channel, letting you know when it's my interpretation of something or actual UPG. And don't put other people down for their UPG. Just because it might disagree with what you've experienced, the gods, the ancestors, they all communicate to us differently depending on where we are in our lives. This fire is hot.